Good evening, Derby friends from across Canada and Newfoundland. I'm here for the Fresh and the Furious Tournament 2018. Our Ladies of Pain versus North Central Roller Derby. If you're just tuning in, then I applaud you because this is going to be a great game between two incredible teams. Our Ladies of Pain, Violent Boldelay, Olivia's Wild, Seabiscuit, Liz, Arson, Annie, Kirby, Catastrophe, Glitter and Gore, Carpe Diem, Mazel Tov Cocktail, Helix Helices, Snot Rocket, and Sylvia, bench staff by Flying Frenchie and Ronnie Rivets.
I was wondering if you were going to say Snot Rocket. And the games began. Already we've got lead jammer for Our Ladies of Pain.
Mazel Tov Cocktail, lead jam, in position to score points for Our Ladies of Pain.
North Central Roller Derby in black today.
Our Ladies of Pain in blue.
North Central consists of the Orangeville Roller Girls, South Simcoe Roller Derby in Barrie, Northern Ontario Roller Derby, which consists of Sudbury, Timmins, Nipissing, Cochrane, Turkin, Kirkland Lake, Temiskaming, and Thunder Bay. And yes, I can say Temiskaming.
That's true. Many of those leagues have produced some incredible skaters this country has, including Boxcar,
Boxcar,
Misery
awesome.
Business, and many others. The Northern Ontario Roller Derby needs to continue its dominance of roller derby and continue to foster really good roller derby play.
Well, they are certainly showing some dominance here today at Ted Reeves Arena for Fresh and Furious 18. For North Central, we have number 11, Terrible Tara, number 15, Goldie Blocks, 1818, Frankenstein, 228, I guess, Jasmental, 29, Freckle Fury, 33, Slayer, 515, Toughest Bales, 56, Dennis Menace, 687, Knocktooth Abbey, 73, Misfits, 78, Devolution, 87, Sassy Whiplash, 90, Wrathwell. And I hear that there's a power jam going on now for North Central, I believe.
Unfortunately, I think both jammers went to the penalty box. There'll be some kind of a bounce out. Royal City's jammer will bounce out first, but North Central's jammer will only serve the remaining amount of time, which is very short, so it'll be okay.
Only took about 5 seconds or so. Want to mention the bench there for North Central, which is Dolly Ruger and the Marshal as well. So you guys can tweet me here at hashtag FNF Derby 2018, and I will talk to them. I do have a tweet here from Champagne Alexander asking who was down that fell in the bubble there at the last game. I don't know personally who it was, but we have excellent technicians here, and they will certainly take care of whoever it was that was hurt.
So both jammers coming through on their scoring passes. Both have put up 4 points. Rothwell for North Central trying to put up a little bit more points for the jam, and does, and gets it through there on the inside, scoring 4 points, bringing the score to 8-6, and I believe there'll be another 4-point score for Royal City, and it is. The score now is 10-8. Very, very close jam. I don't believe there was any point scored in the end of that jam. There was not. Our Ladies of Pain 10, North Central Roller Derby 8. I don't know if anyone at home knows this, but Our Ladies of Pain used to be a home team for Royal City Roller Derby many, many years ago, but unfortunately they could not continue to have 3 home teams. They dropped one, but then added them back as their home team, and it's been nothing but success since.
Oh, it's a jammer race. Who got lead? Even the rest are having to discuss that one. Looks like Our Ladies of Pain has lead. It's going to be close.
Olivia's Wild has scored a lot of points for Our Ladies of Pain this weekend. With lead in her pocket, I believe she can put up a lot of points for her team if she wants to, and she does get through on scoring pass, giving up a few points to North Central, scoring 4 of her own, and is already almost on their next scoring pass.
So why would she continue to do that? If they're recycling points at this point in time, would it not be in their best interest to call it off?
It would be in a 60-minute match when there's lots of time on the clock, but unfortunately there's only 20 minutes in these games. So sometimes it is best if you have lead, control lead, score as many points as you can, and walk away. And Our Ladies of Pain did so, scoring 8-4, and now the score is 18-12.
Thank you for clearing that up for me. I don't know if you guys were sat around there for an earlier game. It was very, very close between Quad City and
combo number 2.
Combo number 2.
I'm upset they're not combo number 5. I know it's a terrible song. Some people like it. Combo number 5 is terribly great.
They did go into an overtime jam and ended up the final score 21-20. So we have people streaming going, wow, this bout was epic. Hats off to both teams. Fresh and Furious 2018. Amazing derby going on today. Oh, we're going to have a timeout here, it looks like.
Yeah, I believe one of the Our Ladies of Pain skaters hit the floor aggressively, possibly hit their head. The EMS are out to take a look.
So if you guys who are watching, if you want to move your bout move mouse to the top right of the player window and click on the round white eye symbol when it appears to access, you can access links to the rosters and the schedule info. And if you've missed anything, had to go hit the head or anything like that, you can go ahead and use the DVR slider at the bottom of the player to wind back and start on where you want to start. So yeah, that can be used on PC browsers, or you can actually go back up to an hour on iOS and Android phones.
Right. To me, it looks like the Royal City Skater is okay. The EMS are just going through precautionary systems to make sure that they're okay. Sometimes the checkups are a little bit I wouldn't say unneeded, but like a little bit over the top.
Well, better safety is their number one consideration when we're playing roller derby. So, unfortunately, she's going to have to sit out the next 3 jams. But, safety first. We want to make sure that she's fine. She got the breath knocked out of her from the looks of it.
It is true, but no, I totally agree, and everyone needs to be safe at all times. But I think there is a distinction to be made between being hurt and being injured.
Absolutely.
And sometimes when players haven't played many sports before, they're unable to determine if they're hurt or injured. Because if you're just hurt, you can probably get up. If you're injured, you probably stay down. So.
But then you could be hindered.
No.
Where you just don't know if you're hurt or injured. You're just lying there going, can I breathe? Is everything movable? Oh, track cut. We got a power play coming out here now for North Central. Power jam. Number 90, Rathwell. On a power jam. They're all sitting up here.
North Central takes the lead. This is a lead change for North Central.
And she makes
with another
it through.
5 points. 26-18 for North Central. 10 points in this jam so far. Getting
encouragement here from the bystanders near the audio booth.
Really strong defensive wall from Royal City. Completely boxing in that jammer on the outside path. Really having trouble, but finds a way on the inside, scoring another 5 points.
She knew there was a hole there. I was just trying to get her feet to work. Oh, we have another cut.
Yes, it was.
Another cut. So she's going to continue on with this power play. She's going to really rack up some points here on this. All right, it looks like she's gotten 15 so far on this jam alone. Still has another 30 seconds, so she can finish off this jam pretty much in the power play the whole time. Very rare, I would imagine. It looks like we've got some
one of the Royal City skaters fixing their toe stop on the outside of the track.
Yeah. Those darn toe stops that come out sometimes drives you nuts. Getting some fresh air here from New Jammer, but it's over, and they really did well. They got 19 points on that one. That was really
I'm pretty sure there was another cut track penalty given to Violent Boulader of Royal City. That is unfortunate because North Central already scored 19 points on that jam. It's the third time Royal City's gone to the box in this particular jam. Very advantageous timeout from Royal City. Flying Frenchie and Ronnie Rivet of Royal City coaching that team, understanding the game and knowing that their team needs to kind of take a minute, talk about some things, relax, take a breath, understand that everything is okay, and carry on.
Now they were starting to fall apart there just a little, and I think they just kind of need that moment to regroup.
It's true. Like, I don't know if it was falling apart. It was just jammer-related penalties that put up those points. Really, the defense looked pretty sound. It was almost an entire 2 minutes, and really they only gave out 19 points. Most teams only average 10 points in 30 seconds on a power jam. So 19 points in 2 minutes is like, yes, it's a lot of points, but it's
still a pretty solid defense, though.
It's pretty okay defense. So
yeah.
They just need to kind of like be like, hey,
take a breath.
Take a breath. We can still do this. We're okay. We'll just get past this jam and carry on.
We'll have to give a call out to our refs and non-skating officials, who I'm sure will be streaming this later on and seeing what's going on. Watching them themselves, make sure they caught all their calls that they thought they had.
And Carpe Diem again with a nice knockout of the North Central jammer. Carpe Diem's been an incredible force in the pack for Royal City. Very strong, very solid, knows the game really, really well. If she's on the track, she is going to be blocking the jammer pretty much the 90% of the time. So you're going to have to, yep, that's right. North Central jammer is called on a penalty. It is a power jam for Royal City. They pass the star to Helices.
Had to actually go get that pronunciation corrected too. Well, she gets it on the inside and it scoots around. Doing her initial pass, going to score some points now. Try and catch back up to North Central, who really start taking it away here for a bit.
Nice offensive sweep from the Royal City offense on that power jam, picking up 5 points, bringing the score to 35-23. North Central jammer on the track now, but Helix is already in scoring pass, passing that jammer, picking up a few points, but getting knocked down.
Getting recycled back and having to go through that wall yet again. She's having a hard time there finding her ground, I think, against this blockers from North Central.
Looks like a blocker, multiplayer block penalty going to one of the North Central, which brings Helix through the pack, picking him another 5 points.
Yeah, that's exactly what it was. He called that one on.
That was a really nice comeback jam for Royal City. They got dominated by the previous jam 18-0 and responded with a 9-0 jam with a star pass. So passing the star to the pivot. The pivots don't normally jam in practice. They can jam, but they aren't the best at it. So passing the star isn't your second option. And despite that, picking up 8 points.
Looks like somebody's tweeting about the wonderful food truck we have outside. I believe it's called 16 Spices. I think.
I believe it is.
Yeah, amazing food. So they're posting some pictures here on our Twitter feed.
But Olivia's Wild getting lead jam, scoring points already. Olivia's Wild in one of the Royal City's games already this day has scored more than 50 points for their entire team.
She just
50
weaved in and
points.
out, eh?
Absolutely
quick.
did.
Very, very quick.
That should be an easy 4 points for Our Lady of Pain, and it was 35-30.
Getting close again here. Lady Pain slowly catching up. They got about 8.5 minutes left. Still could happen. There's not only 5-point difference there.
It's true. I might sound biased, but I'm just going to say this. There's about 40 to 50 fans here cheering on Royal City Roller Derby, and deservedly so, as Mazel Tov Cocktail gets lead jam with a 35-30 deficit.
Yeah, well, if that switches the 35-30 into Lady of the Pain's favor, there's going to be a lot of shouting going on in the audience today.
Mazel Tov Cocktail with a very strategic call off, scoring 0.
Knocktooth Baby going to the penalty box along with, I believe, is either She Biscuit or Little Orson Annie. I wasn't sure. Couldn't see her number in time.
I don't know if you know at home, but the pack and jammers skate towards the live stream announcers, so we don't know who's jamming until they actually skate past us. So give us a little bit of credit for what we see on the track. Olivia's Wild.
Toughest ball, Bales. Toughest Bales.
Olivia's Wild and Toughest Bales getting out at the same time. Oh, wow.
Big wipeout.
Massive pile up in the turn 2.
And everybody gets up, seems to be fine.
Someone is called on a penalty.
Yeah, they can't let that one go.
That someone is Violet Baudelaire, or Baudelaire.
So another interesting fact is, yes, the pack is coming straight to us, which can be a little nerve-wracking. I think we're almost in the danger zone here as far as seating goes.
If I'm counting in my head correctly, I believe that was their 4th. I thought during a 20-minute game, 4 penalties was enough to.
Yeah, I believe 4
out.
is the maximum. So they're reviewing at the board now. So I would imagine that they're going to go ahead and foul her out.
Yeah, someone definitely has 4.
Yeah, they're having there's a timeout here now being called for North Central, but.
Oh wow, North Central 36, Our Lady of Pain 32. This is a really incredibly close game. 6 minutes and 41 seconds left. If you are watching at home, I'm sure you are absolutely ecstatic at the effort of both of these teams. North Central from Orangeville Roller Derby, Northern Ontario Roller Derby, Nipissing, Kirkland Lake, and Thunder Bay Roller Derby. Amazing. Royal City Roller Derby from Guelph, Ontario.
Don't forget Temiskaming.
And Temiskaming, sorry. I mean, Guelph was the only city ever to elect a Green provincial candidate in the election, so that is something to be said as well about the city.
Boy, coming through. Oh, she gets good
Nice
knockout
job.
by
Carpet DM, just a monster in the track for Our Lady of Pain. Mazel Tov Cocktail getting lead jammer. Nice job by Royal City answering back. Unfortunately, they broke the pack. But it's okay. They were able to maintain status quo. Mazel Tov scoring some points on the outside.
The wall of black is holding them in. Trying to keep her in. But she's on her toes trying to squeak by. Going to be a breakish pack here. And she does make it through.
Mazel Tov Cocktail scoring a big 5 points for her team, taking the lead 37-36 now for Royal City Roller Derby. If you haven't watched the show at home, please watch the Venture Brothers, because there's a character very similar to Mazel Tov Rocktail. 41-46 now, a second scoring pass on 4 points.
And she calling it off. Tough hit there.
Yeah, that may have been I think some referees might be looking at that as for a late hit on the North Central Roller Derby jammer. I mean, it was a little late, and technically the penalty is given if there's impact to the play.
Yeah, they're doing an official review now.
And
You called that one.
The jammer did knock down a player, so that
Quite
is
aggressively
impact.
as well, too.
That is
so
impact.
yeah, they're going to call that one.
Yeah, Flying Frenchie knows the game really well. She probably knows the game better than I do. Mainly because I taught her the game, but
because I pat on your back there for you, pal.
No, because I would tell her things and she'd be like, "You're not right," and I'd be like, "Probably," and she would go into research herself and be better at it. So, if Flying Frenchie's arguing for the penalty, I guarantee she's probably right.
Yeah. Well, I agree. I believe I definitely clearly heard a whistle and then saw her fall. So. Now, if the zebra saw, that's another story.
As a coach, because I've coached for many years, I would have let the referees figure that situation out before I called an official review. But
yeah, save your review.
That's just me, because sometimes officials decide to correct the situation on their own accord. And if they do that, then that's even better.
Well, it saves the losing a review possibly too. Check Twitter here and see if there's anything interesting. No, they're just talking about the game going on in the bubble here.
Probably not. Twitter, I've just recently gotten into Twitter, and I find Twitter the opposite of Facebook in not a good way. So I don't understand the appeal of either. I go on them because I'm bored as fuck sometimes. Oh, sorry, I swore.
Beep.
That's really why I go on them. But other than that, like really the both of them social media things could.
So what's the name of the message on Twitter that you use? What's it called?
The message on Twitter.
Yeah, if you go to post a message, it's called a
twit. Is what it's called. You twit twits on Twitter.
Yes.
That's what you do.
There you have it here.
From what I've read so far, there's a lot of twits on Twitter.
Apparently, we're twitting instead of tweeting. All right, so hashtag FNF Derby 2018. Send me a tweet, and I might be able to talk about it.
Olivia's Wilds, lead jam.
Oh, we got a panty change going on, or did she just take it off, put it back on again? I think she just took it off, put it back on again. 87 there. This is a sassy whiplash.
Olivia's Wild has been our most consistent jammer. And I've been around the sport a long time, and the best type of jammer that you can see is one that isn't flashy, one that doesn't jump apexes, one that doesn't have like super high agility or does crazy things, someone that just gets it done. And from what I can tell, Olivia's Wild gets it done.
Well, she's been getting it done these past games today. Holy moly, she's been doing awesome. Just over 4 minutes here, starting back up. 45-39 for Ladies of Pain now. Still pretty tight and close. We've seen
Carpet Deckham. Yeah.
And she makes it through. Mazel Tov cocktail for Ladies of Pain, but we've got North Central right about quarter track behind her.
With points in scoring position. Nice call off.
Very good.
Very consistent. Mazel Tov cocktail as well. Really, really consistent jammer. Getting lead. Smart call off.
Oh, and they're sending.
Oh, no.
They're sending Nakatooth Abbey to the penalty box. They're going to start with the power jam here for North Central.
That's right. I like this. Yeah.
They need it.
This is what I like to call the power start.
Yeah.
Starting on a power jam, it's something that teams need to practice a little bit more because it does happen, and sometimes they don't know what to do because it doesn't happen often enough, but it happens.
Yeah, they're holding back for pack destruction. And she makes it through. She didn't need that help. She's doing good on her own. Olivia's Wild.
It's very true. If you have Olivia's Wilds, you're going to be okay.
Just stand back and let her do her thing. That's exactly what they're going to do. Oh, no, they're going to come in here and do some sweeping.
Nice work from Milou as well. It's helping out with some offense, picking up 5 points, taking the outside pass. 2 minutes and 34
North Central's
seconds left.
back in play now.
Carpet deck him.
Abby getting buried in the pack there on the ground and down again. She's getting knocked all over the place. That's gotta hurt.
Oh no. That unfortunately was a very good call.
What'd she get called on?
She got called on a low block.
A low block. Oh, when she went down.
Yeah. I am not a fan of the penalty and how it is worded in the rules. But technically speaking, that was a good call.
So Ladies of Pain is widening the gap between the two scores. 61. 22-point spread? No, 32-point spread. 22-point spread. Can't add.
Olivia's Wild, understanding the rules. She can just go get a no point, no pass, just for 4 points instead of 5.
The girl from North Central was like, why did she just come back in? She didn't get recycled. Well, it was because you went down too, dear.
It's very true. Carpet Deckham and Kirby, the two of them, 2019 and
oh, nice 1 foot glide around
2019
there.
and 369 for Royal City, just putting work in.
Making a huge lead now, 70-39.
That's right. It's almost as if Royal City has worked out how to train people.
Oh, they're going to go pull an official review here for North Central.
Being called by North Central. Let's see if all of these points that are currently on the board will stand.
Is that 51 seconds left on the clock? Or?
It is. There is definitely 51 seconds on the clock. Our Ladies of Pain have a score of 70. North Central Roller Derby has a score of 39. And this is still a close enough game for anyone to win. A 20-minute game, in my opinion, is not enough to show what a team can do against another. Because I remember there was a time in roller derby, and I'm sure some of you know at home, when Gotham was completely undefeated for a number of years.
So I have a question. I'm sorry, I don't mean to interrupt you. I have a question for you.
What's the question?
Question is, I have a person watching and saying North Central roller derby penalty at the end had everything to do with the previous OR? Or maybe that's more of a statement. Did it?
I'm not sure. I'm not sure if it did or not. Had to do with the previous official review.
Yeah.
Usually penalties that happen after reviews have nothing to do with the previous review, unless a particular referee during a review is corrected on how a particular penalty is called, and then corrects their nature going forward. Other than that, a review doesn't really change how a referee should call the game. It's just sometimes a different referee or multiple other referees will see it a different way. It doesn't mean the referee's wrong. It's just a different angle gave a few referees a different view. That's it.
Well, thank you for clarifying that for us. So North Central needed that lead on this particular jam. Now they just need to hopefully get a penalty here for Ladies of Pain and then give them an opportunity to finish this off.
Mazel tov, I think, might be on a power jam. They are on a power jam. Mazel tov Cocktail on a power jam to end this game. I think this solidified Royal City's advancement into the finals for a third year in a row. I don't know what that says about the league. I think it says that they're doing pretty well, maybe. But
now, could she just stand there? I mean, because the other jammer's in the penalty box. She's wanting just to count down the clock. They're well ahead enough in points that
she could. I'm hoping. Okay, I'm not. I would have Mazel Tov call off the
She
jam.
can't. They lost
currently-
the.
Oh, right, they didn't. Okay. well
Yeah.
then
So it's.
there's nothing they can do.
It's a whole 2 minutes. So as I was saying, just kind of hang out there at the back of the pack and wait for that 30-second penalty to run out for the other jammer, so you can.
That is
catch your
true, but
breath.
in the moment for Mazel Tov, it's very difficult to remove yourself from the
game.
situation and do that, unless someone else from the outside is like, "Hey, just
Yeah.
relax," right?
Well, she's still doing amazing anyhow.
Very much.
Hold her back and she gets
Ooh, that
through
was-
again.
That was a very good, nice call. Clockwise block.
And we have come to the natural conclusion of this jam, and it looks like we've come to almost the natural conclusion of this game. Unofficially, we're sitting at 88-51. We're just waiting for the refs to go ahead and make that official.
Yeah, so if you're unsure at home, the officials, the jammer refs have to go over to the scoreboard and see that the score was tallied correctly. Technically speaking, they can only look at the previous jam that happened, so the last jam, and that's it. The rest of the game has already been documented. So if in the last jam someone scored 4 points and the other team scored 0, it's the end of the game. In this one, it was 18-12. Our Ladies of Pain with 88. North Central Roller Derby with 51. I'm pretty sure Our Ladies of Pain from Royal City Roller Derby just won the game.
They did. I heard the long squeal there of the whistle, so it looks like Ladies of Pain 88, North Central Roller Derby 51. Ladies of Pain does go on. I have to see who I can find out who they're playing here.
I'm not sure if it's determined yet. So the OLOP, anyone who's from Royal City knows what that means, advanced to the final. So the worst OLOP can do is second place at this tournament.
So they could take it home this year.
They could.
Keep
And
tuned in and find out.
Yes, definitely tune in and find out.
All right, see you guys shortly. This is Bubbles the Brave signing off for now.
And this is Professor Rex from Royal City Roller Derby signing off as well.
I'm normally not a coleslaw fan, but this looks freaking delicious. Got like pumpkin seeds in it, cranberries.
Nice. That's a pizza from the